Today we got This Is Why Naruto is Trash. I seen Sakura on the screen, and I hope that he not finna say Sakura ruined the show. Um, but yeah, make sure to like the vid, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for all the support. Let's get to 50 subscribers, please. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all. Let's get into the video.
It is perfectly fine not to like Naruto. Said no one ever. Way better than Dragon Ball put me to sleep in one piece of shit. Nah, I'm playing, but I do hold Naruto to a high standard when comparing it to other forms of media. It's the anime I grew to love for over a decade at this point. With that being said, a true testament to how one loves something is by finding things to hate about it. Naruto is not a perfect story by any means, which is why I have at least 10 things I don't like about the series as a whole. The first being the romantic relationships throughout the show. Now, this is a shonen anime, so it's not like I expected scenes from the Notebook to be plopped into the story, but that doesn't make the relationship shown in the show to be all that good. The main relationship I despise to a T is Sasuke and Sakura.
I agree with this. I seen somebody say they're the best relationship in Naruto. That's not true. Who is the best? I would say, like, you could say Tamari and what's her name? Tamari and Shikamaru. What's his name? I meant. You can say they're better. Sai and Ino are better. But yeah, they both tried to kill each other, but mostly him trying to kill her. And he's a deadbeat. Yeah, they had the kid and then he just left. Made her a single mom for 10 plus years and then he came back. Yeah, they're not a good couple.
Since their relationship doesn't make sense in the grand scheme of things, being that Sakura's love is really an obsession, while Sasuke doesn't seem to enjoy any female's company in the show. I feel like most people would agree on that relationship, but I could also argue a relationship like Naruto-Hinata could be slotted right into the mid-territory. Not to say that it's overall bad, but Hinata being the only one at first to show romantic feelings towards Naruto, while Naruto doesn't fully understand the concept of love in the first place, at least in a healthy way, doesn't bode well in saying that their relationship is a positive to the story. Another thing I don't like about the show relates to Sakura. I freaking hate her.
Hating Sakura is crazy.
Now, if I had to just pick one thing.
Okay, I can understand the first season. The first, Naruto in the beginning, she was useless. I could understand that. And outside of this moment in Shippuden, including this moment in Shippuden, where she sit there and tried to lie to Naruto and say, oh yeah, well, I love you, Naruto. We don't have to keep chasing after Sasuke. I know that's why you doing it. This is not about you. I hope you know that. This is not about you, gang. The show is called Naruto for a reason. We're doing this because I want to, not because I'm doing it for you. And Yamato almost packed her up, because what you mean? You love him. Don't lie. Everybody knew he was lying. Everybody knew she was lying, even Akamaru knew.
That rubbed me the wrong way with her character, it'd be how she treats Naruto, specifically during the 5 Kage summon arc. Her pretending to love Naruto, all that so she can relieve the burden of having Naruto deal with Sasuke, was one of the worst scenes in the entire show, as well as cementing my hatred for this character. The same can be said for my next reason, being Hiruzen, the 3rd Hokage. I used to be just neutral to this character, not having a full opinion on him growing up, but as I got older, I come to realize how terrible he was at being Hokage. Letting Orochimaru go after his crazy experiments, letting Danzo pretty much do whatever he wanted, letting Naruto lead a childhood of solitude, he is definitely the worst Hokage the village has.
Okay, look, but at the same time, I used to be the just most hating of haters when it comes to Hiruzen. Was he a bad Hokage? He's made bad choices, but they fought three great ninja warriors under Hiruzen, and they won all 3 of them. Another thing I would say is that he did make a lot of bad choices, I ain't gonna lie. Danzo and Black Zetsu, you can say they have the most influence over the show. Because Danzo was just doing all type of stuff. If it was me, I would have killed Hiruzen. I'm tripping. I would have killed Danzo and I would have killed Orochimaru. Because they doing too much. Like, Danzo is messing up everything. He's part of the reason why Yahiko died, which I didn't even know that. I had to rewatch Shippuden to even remember that. And Orochimaru is a PDF file, bro. He's a freaky. He just do anything he want without no consequences. So, yeah. And we know he had Naruto drinking spoiled milk and eating noodles. He's not a good Hokage, but he's not. He did good things along with the bad things he did too.
Come to know, even if the story paints it in a different way. You know who is the best Hokage though? The curly-haired Hokage. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to see more content like this on a weekly basis. Ergo, proving that Hiruzen was this next reason may come off as a shock, but I could argue that the world building of Naruto isn't all that great. Like sure, we know of the 5 main villages in the ninja world, but it's not like we fully delved into understanding most of their customs and history.
That's facts. That's facts. They focus more on the Leaf. They focus the most on the Leaf, but I don't really know the Cloud Village's customs. I know the Mist Village, they like to kill their own people. They got the 7 Ninja Swordsmen. The Sand Village, like they need to dive more into the other villages, and they didn't really do that.
We know of the terrible reign of the 4th Mizukage, as well as why the village was dubbed the Village of the Bloody Mist, but we never fully got to see that. And even when we got time with the village other than the Hidden Leaf, like the Sand Village for example, it's only because the Leaf Village had business to handle with rescuing the Kazekage and didn't have time to immerse themselves in the Sand Village enough. This perfectly segues to my next point about what I don't like about Naruto, and that a lot of the side characters get put to the sideline in the story. Even for a lot of the Hidden Leaf ninja, like Rock Lee and Neji, they were severely underutilized by the time Shippuden came around. It's unfortunate that was the case, since a lot of those characters.
Another thing though is people will say, well, not all the characters can get the same amount of screen time, blah blah blah. They can't all get the same imps as the main characters do, because then the main characters there wouldn't be a difference between the main and the side characters. I do understand that, but they could have been used a lot more than they was. Might Guy could have got more screen time. Shino, 1010, I seen something that said Naruto's fraud wallet got more screen time than her. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, Neji was the best Genin, and he was the first out of his class to be a Jonin. So they should have showed that. They should have had Sasuke and Neji fight to show the Byakugan versus the Sharingan. Like, they did underuse a lot of characters.
Brought a different perspective in the story that could help the main characters see things in a better light, whether it be something relating to their mindset or just helping each other get stronger. That being said, my next reason for not liking Naruto to a certain degree would be his power creep. It just seems to me that characters would train just as hard, if not harder than the main character, but because the show is called Naruto, even if it's just for convenience sake, he always gets the upper hand, even when he doesn't deserve it. Like his fight against Neji for example. And this is not to say that Naruto doesn't train hard at all, but at least—
No, look, okay, I can understand why you say that, but if we using the Neji fight as an example, Naruto has a healing factor. He has an instant band-aid inside his body, so it's gonna make sense why he beats Neji. To me, it makes sense why Naruto beat Neji. We know Neji has more skill than Naruto, but Neji doesn't have the 9 tails inside of him like Naruto does. He has a healing factor. So, all the hits and damage he take, he's going to heal from it pretty quick. So, it does make sense why he won.
In the earlier parts of the story, it seems easier in comparison to some of his classmates like Rock Lee. Now, as much as I like a lot of the Naruto games, it pains me to say that the lack of variety within the games is a good enough reason to not like the Naruto franchise, at least to a certain extent. The Storm games are one of the most successful anime games ever, and it contributed to the staleness of not only Naruto games, but other anime games in general. Games like the new Demon Slayer and Jump Force are prime examples of games that suffer from living long enough to becoming the villain, as these games add nothing new to the genre of anime games period, as most of them have just been arena fighters that are mid at best. Even with the latest Naruto game Storm Connections, the creators literally expect people to pay full price for a game that isn't even worth half the value of the previous Storm game. It's also painful because of the potential that the Naruto games have. Imagine an open world RPG where you can create your own ninja and traverse through each of the 5 great nations, or at the very least, changing up the fighting formula to something more of the likes of Dragon Ball FighterZ. As of right now, Naruto games and most newer anime games are disappointing to say the least. Speaking of disappointments, the ending of Naruto is universally agreed upon to be an overall letdown, which is why it's on this list. Prepping the story since the end of part 1 to have Madara become the overall main villain, all for it to be swiped out by some alien ninja, is ridiculous writing and shouldn't have happened at all.
Okay. I feel like the Madara ending was good. This is why I say this, right? Naruto and Sasuke would have beat Madara. And I've seen somebody say they wouldn't have, but if Kaguya is stronger than Madara and they sealed Kaguya away, why wouldn't they be able to beat Madara? So I feel like it had a good ending. Maybe him getting backstabbed like this wasn't the best, but I still feel like he should have died before they got to beat him, because it would have been no point, because they would have beat Madara and then Kaguya would have came out of nowhere. It would have seemingly out of nowhere, but it was all planned anyway. And then there would have been just more fighting. And then after they sealed Kaguya, then Sasuke and Naruto would have to fight each other. You see what I'm saying? And they already been fighting for 2 days straight. So, yeah. So I feel like it had a good ending.
Even if we got bored till afterwards because of it. It doesn't help that your viewing of the show has been skewered because of Zetsu basically controlling everything in the background, like manipulating the Uchiha Stone tablet, almost making—
But that's the point of the show. He manipulated everything. It changed. But look, that's the point. Okay, I'm gonna use Bleach for example. When people found out Bleach, when Aizen was controlling everything, it changed their view of the show too. But that's the point. It's supposed to be a plot change, a plot twist.
Your interpretation of the show invalid to a certain degree. Boruto coming afterwards was just a byproduct of the original Naruto story's failure, and that's actually going to be my next reason, being the existence of Boruto, or more so the lead up to it. Space is the final frontier when it comes to most shows, since there's limitless possibilities, but for the case of Naruto, it kind of ruins the unique factor of it being ninja boots to the ground. While I do think the Boruto story in the manga is good, it doesn't help the fact that it feels more like a band-aid to be put on this permanent scar the original story laid out. Now, even if you disagree with me in 90% of this video, I'm sure most of you will agree that one thing about Naruto no one likes is the amount of filler that is plagued throughout the show. Now, if you're just getting into the show, this isn't really an issue for you since you have multiple guides online showing you what episodes to skip. But if you were thugging it out as the show was airing, you were in the deep Mariana trenches. I remember vividly that there was a full year with nothing but straight filler, aside from like 7 or 8 episodes in that entire year. I randomly got back into the show and saw that guy was fighting 10-tailed Madara and being confused out of my mind. This wouldn't have been the case if there weren't for filler. Now, I get why the filler was being made, also that the show can catch up with the manga, but the ends don't justify the means if it's going to ruin the viewer's enjoyment of the show. And if you do enjoy the filler episodes, more power to you, but for people like myself just wanting to see the next part of the story, it was just an overall drag. All in all, I still love Naruto.
I can understand that. If you already watched, like if you watching it now, then I would suggest watching filler too, just cause. But people don't like the filler. It seems like it's interrupting the show. But the good thing about now is you can just skip the filler episodes. And yeah.
As a whole, even with all its blemishes. These reasons as to why someone may not like the franchise don't deter me enough to